In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up interior elevations, both the finish and the rough. A pretty fast process. We're using something called a clone folder to set up our view map, but I'll show you that in a few minutes. Let's just get started by taking this interior elevation and copying it. I've already set the height of it to the height of this entire floor. I don't have to keep changing it. Just bring this up. Slide the face up here, slide this one over. We're going to face a stud. And then we'll want to bring this line down below the cabinet. Bring this one down below the cabinet as well. So this one's looking up. We just don't want to cut the bed or the furniture if we don't have to. You can also do jogs in these markers. There's a couple of features here so you can break the offset. You needed to jog around some obstacles, and we can bring this into the center. I'll use the semicolon. So I start moving it, hit the semicolon, and then just click the two corners of the room, and that'll select the center between those two clicks. And then we can right mouse, open with current view settings. We'll open all four. Just quickly make sure there are no weird issues. These look great. Now if we go into our organizer, we'll see that we've got two of these. One was the original and one's the copy. So let's take this one, get into the settings, and this will be called bedroom 1. And let's say it's room 101. Hit OK. Go back into the organizer. And what we've done here is use something called a clone folder. So clone folder will take, every time you create a new interior elevation, it'll create our group here. And this group will take on the properties as determined by this master clone folder, so that we don't have to modify each one individually. These are going to be automatically set as soon as we create an interior elevation. So there's no need at all to set up your view map. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let's look at a couple of other things before we put these onto sheets. Sometimes you're going to have rooms that are a little bit more complicated. So let's show you some of the features in the interior elevation that can help with that. Go ahead and stretch this back. Let's do the basic room without thinking, and then we'll decide what we want to do. So let's take this view, put it here. This one's here. Take this one on. We'll go ahead and include the couch. All right, and in this case, I'm going to just move this to here. Open up the current views, open them all. Okay, so let's start by renaming this so we can recognize it in our list. So we have north bedroom. We don't need that one anymore. Another bedroom. Here's the living room. Here's that gap I was worried about. This wall looks great. This wall looks great. Again, we have this this is the bedroom. So two of these are a bit of a problem because there's nothing in the background. So we have some choices here. First of all, we can move this background area here. And let's see what that does to the west elevation. And now we're getting all the way back into this hallway, which may be just exactly what we want to do. This gives a little context. Similarly, if we take this boundary, we may have to take it all the way back to here. And let's take a look at the north wall now. So that's not bad. It can be a little confusing, so you're going to have to decide what makes sense to you. So the first trick we have available to us is this idea of moving the background. So this is the view plane, but we can see beyond if we choose to with this line here. A couple of other features, and I'm going to do that outside of this window or outside of this room. A couple of other features that you have available as well is we can actually break the line here, and that creates two views. So this marker no longer is relevant because this was assuming 4 views, but now we need to do an individual view. And we can go back to circle, do 50% fill. So now we have, I regret my fill. Do no fill. And we want to clean up the fonts and everything, but you'll see that when we look at the grouping in the organizer, in this living room, we actually have 5 views, and we're going to have to change some of the names to make it clear. So the first item that can be helpful is we can split a view into 2 if it's relevant. We can also, once we've split it, we can actually add views, and here's an example of that, where we can, now we've split a couple, and then in addition to that, we can hide individual views. So now we're back to 4 views, but they're partial views. So in the case of this room here, what may have made sense, and I'm not suggesting it does, but let's say what we wanted to do is just take this, put a node here, and then hide this view altogether. May or may not be the best approach, but let's look and see how that might help us. So this one's hidden, so now we have this one open with current settings, and we just have this single wall, and we don't have all of that beyond information in front of us. So that's another option that you have available to you. If you bring this down, oh, you don't have to bring it down. Actually, we're going to just turn that on, and we can also then get rid of one elevation. It's going to delete that, and then it's putting it back together. So you can just do 3, you can break it up. And there's one other trick that can be kind of fun. And this one took me a long time to figure out. But let's say I have an island here. This is representing an island. And I want to do views of this island. I'm going to copy this over. But what I want to do is I want to include just each one of these faces. The trick to this is you can actually take these views and switch them around. Let's put our views on the individual lines. I think it'll be easy to see. So this is the view plane. This is the view extents. This is a view plane. This is the view extents. View plane, view extents. And this will give us the 4 views of this island. View extents, view extents, view extents. I'll go ahead and open this with current view, and you're seeing I'm getting a view. And this will turn on and off the range, so I can get that to be just exactly what I need it to be. So that's a way to do an island. Obviously, this would be a little bit more detail. Now let's go back to the view organizer. So we noticed now we have several of these. One of these was the one I was playing around with. So the rough and the finish have been selected. The rough elevations are actually showing the wood framing plates, and it's just a very different look. Same view, just using different layer combinations and other view options, including one graphic override that eliminates the shadows, because we don't really want to be confused by shadows on our rough drawing. But the last thing we have to do is to get that on to sheets. And I'll go ahead and erase these so we can start over. We'll take the bedroom, pull this sheet up so we can see it. Take the bedroom, drop it right onto the sheet. Here they are. I'm going to extend, usually do 1.5 inches, but I know these are a little tight because I've done it a couple times. I'm going to make it 1.4. This gives us area to actually put our annotation in. And then I just want to move these using F5. Those squared away, put them on the hotspot, and looks good. I think we could probably get away without the scale. And there are our views, look great. And we would do the same thing with our rough drawings and get a full collection of our interior elevations. They're really a very useful tool to everyone in the field to understand what the intentions are, what needs to go where, and get it done right the first time.